Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Alex from Mason Lifestyle. Today we are going to be talking about fall patterns and fabrics that I have already kind of paired up, and so you can see what I have planned for the next couple of months. As always, I love to hear what you are working on for fall, and if you have any patterns that you think I should be looking at, definitely let me know. I always like to know, what are you working on? We are going to be looking at the fabrics in my design table because I have a lot of them already cut. So let's go over there. All right, guys, so you may notice that this is the same fabric that I was wearing on my introduction to this video. This is from Joann's. I believe this fabric is now completely sold out. It may be out in stores, but since they are already moving into their fall colors, this is completely out. So whatever's out there, it's out there. I've made another blouse with this fabric from the Friday Pattern Company. They're an indie company, and I'm linking it to on my website. I'm linking this fabric and also posting a picture of my shirt so you can see it. It's actually a really fun pattern, but for purposes of this, I am going to be making View C from M7967. I love View C, I love the length, but what I don't love from this pattern are the sleeves. The sleeves are a little bit too big for me. So I am going to go ahead and use the sleeves from M8058. And remember, we did a sew along for this pattern, and I'll link it above. But again, one of these patterns that I use all the time, but I love View C with that gather towards the front, and this will be my last summer make because why not have one more, right? Next on the list is I am going to be making M7893 from McCall's, and this is View B as in boy. I am going to be using this fabric that I got from Joann's. It is part of their new fall collection, so definitely wanted to get something like this. It reminds me a little bit of those wrap dresses from the 70s and those awesome patterns. If you are a beginner, these are great patterns. Again, knits conform to your body. You don't have to be spending hours and hours on fitting. As long as you can get pretty darn close to your finished garment measurements to your body, you can have a really nice wrap dress. And this, I think, took about 2 yards of fabric. So again, something inexpensive that I can wear for fall. And I should have said on the previous pattern, it took 2.5 yards of fabric. Still 2.5 yards. If it's on sale, you can get a pretty nice dress for a reasonable price. So we're gonna keep going. So I'm also using McCall's 7981. Again, this is not a new pattern. It's an older pattern, and it's Learn to Sew. Again, perfect if you're a beginner. I think this has like 3-4 pieces for this pattern, so just a few. It's something that I want just some quick makes, something that I can just wear with a belt, probably some sort of knee-high boots. I'm probably gonna make this a little longer just because I don't like things above my knee for fall. I do tend to wear a lot of dresses, but I do wear a lot of knee-high boots so I can just stay somewhat warm and wear perhaps a longer coat. I'm using this mineral yellow fabric from Joann's. Again, it's brand spanking new, and I am going to be linking it. It's beautiful fabric. It's double knit brush, and I think I got it for under $10. Of course, again, wait for the sale. So again, M7991, awesome pattern if you're a beginner. Next on the list, I need a little bit of loungewear to wear on the weekends, just to be around my house. Sometimes I don't want to wear my pajamas all day, but I want to look right. I don't want to have to put on makeup and do that stuff if I am sitting at home and just reading the newspaper or just sewing. So I talked last week about this pattern. It's V1835. It's part of Vogue's newest collection of patterns. It's in my pattern haul. I think you really guys should get this pattern. It seems very easy to make, and I am actually making the top and the pants, and I believe I cut enough to make the longer version, and we'll see how that fits, and if I like it. If not, I can just take the sleeves off. But I got this python print double brush knit from Joann's. Don't laugh at me. I found it a couple of months ago. It must have been on sale because I got almost like 4 yards of this stuff. I'm not the python print kind of gal, but I think it works for this because I am going to be staying at home and wearing these at home, and it just seems like something fun. So again, the 1835, I'll let you guys know how this pattern goes. Again, it's fairly straightforward, but I think it's a fun pattern to have. Next up is M8083, and I am going to be doing view B. I actually tried this pattern. I actually tried working on it about a couple of months ago. I had this beautiful, almost like bright pink crinkle rayon fabric, and it was all going well until I attached the skirt to it, and then it became a dress with a drop waist. It looked horrible, so I actually had to abandon that project. I tried a couple of times to fix the bodice so when you put the skirt on it wouldn't drop so much, but the crinkle rayon, it was not the right fabric to use for this, which I'm still a little sad about, but I went back to it, and I am using this crepe backed satin. I actually did a little poll on Instagram on what side to use. I love the satin color. It's beautiful, right? But then the crepe is too. But my only issue is, am I really gonna be walking out the door with a satin dress in the middle of the day or going grocery shopping? So I have to really ask myself, and I'm going to be wearing that, and I need to wear these clothes. I'm going to be spending some quality time making them, right? I want to wear them. So it's going to be the crepe side. And as you can see, I've already had it cut. So again, M8083. I haven't seen a ton of people make this pattern, so I'm hoping that it looks nice. It's already cut. So again, M8083. And it's a really nice blue. Do you guys remember how much I used this blue? I use it a lot. I love this color. So again, another good one for fall. All right, next one on the list is this fabric and these two patterns. So I got this Viscose from Melanated Fabric. It's 100% Viscose, and I got 4 yards of it. When I like a fabric and I don't know what I'm going to do with it, I usually just buy for 4 yards. Sometimes it works well with 4 yards. I mean, 4 yards is quite a bit. You can do a lot of stuff with 4 yards. But my inclination is to make this pattern, view A, perhaps a little shorter. But for this pattern, I would need 5.5 yards. As we all know, the big four sometimes add on a little bit of extra fabric that you don't need, but I won't know until I actually cut the pattern and try to lay it out on the fabric. And of course, there is a print, and I just want to make sure that it's all going the right way and things are hitting in the right spot. So if I don't have enough fabric for this pattern, which is option number 1, I'm going to be looking at this pattern. And this is an older pattern. It's 5579. It is a wrap dress. It reminds me a little bit about a new wrap dress that I'm seeing on Instagram. It's called the Helena wrap dress. I've seen it on other people. It's beautiful. But again, I always think that the big four, they have something similar out there, and 9 times out of 10, I would say they do. So this is it. There's not a lot of reviews on this pattern. I think I found 2. So if any of you have made it, again, it's an older pattern. I would love to hear what you guys think of this pattern if you've ever made it. But again, plan A is 9041. Plan B is 5579. with this beautiful 100% viscose fabric. Next up, it is 8551 from Simplicity, and I am thinking of doing View B. It's a tunic, but I'm actually going to make this longer, much longer, and I am going to get rid of the gathers on the skirt and perhaps do slits on the side. We'll see how that works out. Again, I'm hacking this pattern. I'm not going with the exact measurements and things that they are doing because I'm trying to recreate an orange dress that I used to have many years ago. I think I've talked about this orange dress a couple of times. I love that dress. My husband remembers the dress, and I got this fabric from Melanated Fabrics. It's called Everly Twill Brick, and I believe it's sold out right now, but it is also available in red. It's absolutely beautiful in red too. I got 4 yards of this fabric, so I'll have plenty of fabric to do for this. And if I have a little extra, I'm probably going to make a top with it because it's super soft. It's really nice. It's perfect for fall with this color. I've tried numerous patterns to try to see if I can hack, and so far this is the only thing that I have found. I've tried probably about like 3 or 4 patterns, and I cut them and I look at them, and then halfway I just have to stop. So wish me luck. I'm hoping this works. And if you have made this pattern, I would love to hear what you have to say. All right, so it's fall. I definitely want to make myself a jacket. So again, as I talked about this pattern in my pattern haul, this is a Butterick B6331. This pattern is out of print. If you like this pattern, you are going to have to go to either Etsy or you will have to go to Amazon. It's out there, but it's nice because it's an unlined jacket and it's perfect for fall. So if it's a little warm, I'll be okay. And if it's a little cold, then I'll be okay. I can dress it up. I can dress it down with a pair of jeans or put one of my dresses and a pair of boots under. But I got this light blue satin. Hey, again, that color that I absolutely love. And I had this fabric that I got from Minerva. And if you go to my Instagram, you'll see me. I made a dress with it for an indie, from an indie pattern company. But I have a lot of fabric of it left. I can't really make a top. I just have like half a yard. And half a yard is not going to work for a top, but I can make tons of things with it, which you can make bias tape, you can make pocket facings, you can make waistband facings. So again, don't think that because you have a little bit of fabric doesn't mean that you can't use it, right? You still can. You can have some fun with that. So this pattern, again, it's unlined, but it calls for bias tape on all of the inside seams. So I already made some bias tape. I think I have like 6 yards of it. And obviously I got plenty of fabric that I can keep going. And I will link this and all the patterns and fabrics that I'm talking about in my blog. So if you like any of these, go over there. They're all linked. And if it's out of print, I will tell you where to get them. So again, I got this bias tape from leftover fabric from Minerva. And I got this cotton sateen that I can use with this pattern. It's pretty heavy weight for this, so I know it'll be perfect for this. All right, guys, so last on the patterns and fabrics for fall makes, I have this McCall's M7470. It's a Palmer pleatish tissue fitting pattern. I believe it is out of print. I tried to see if I could find it under the new Butterick fall patterns, but I didn't see it. I found this at my local Joann's, so it is still out there. And I want to make myself a faux suede dress, do view C, probably a little longer, maybe a couple of inches longer, so I can wear it with a pair of boots. And again, fall suede, great for this time of the year, which fall gets a little cold, and especially this color, it's perfect. Again, just kind of giving me a little bit of the Halston vibes, where you would use this type of fabric with this type of silhouette. So I don't know, if you go back, you will see some mustards, some oranges, and definitely some blues, which is definitely my favorite color to wear. I wear a ton of blue. So I think this will be one of those that it's going to be on the slow sewing process, along with that jacket that I just talked about. So that's it. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that little fabric pattern pairing for fall. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I will see you next week.